Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. This is a modern 4-color, I'm calling it Snowblade video. It's very similar to my Team of Snow deck, but I have replaced Tarmogoyfs with the Stoneforge Mystic package. So we've still got the cantrips, the Astrolabes for fixing, which are probably the best card in the deck. The Quattles, Snaps, and then we've got these as our other threats, as well as Jace, Ren and 6, and Blood Moon in now a 4-color Cryptic Command deck, which is just a joke. And then this is all the suite of interaction. So having access to all this removal is amazing. Scred has been super good. I've been scredding Primeval Titans a lot. And yeah, the sideboard is, again, cheap interaction. And we'll have to run it through a league and see how it does. I was struggling for a while against the Titan decks, but then I played... kind of figured out a good sideboard plan and played a great many Titan decks in the space of like 3 leagues. I think I played 8 and won 7 or 6 or something. So all is not lost. You can beat them. You just have to sideboard correctly. And yeah, other than that, most of the top decks are actually quite favourable matchups. We're pretty good against the Red Prowess deck, because we kill all their shit and then we make a Batterskull. The fact that the mana in this deck functions at all is like beyond reprehensible. So apologies to people who respect deck building constraints and stuff, but I'm not one of you. While we're waiting for an opponent, I can just see if there's anything else interesting to mention. Ice Fangs wear equipments really well. That is something noteworthy, I suppose. Yeah, there's not much to discuss really. The deck is just a pile of good cards. You don't need me to tell you that Snapcaster Mage is good or that Jace is good. There's not that much like out and out synergy. There's loads of nice little things, like Ren and 6 with Fiery Eyelet, and the fact that you can cast a Blood Moon without a red source in play and stuff like that, except for Astrolabe, of course. But yeah, the deck's been great so far. And it's also incredibly fun to play, which is the main reason I'm playing it. I would rather lose having fun than win playing not my style or not my, a deck that I don't enjoy. I get a lot of grief from friends of mine for not playing cards like Small Teferi or Oko when it was legal. And it's the short answer is that I just don't think they lead to good games of Magic. So with that said, I have Blood Moon in the deck, but like I can be an inconsistent hypocrite. I'm sure that's fine. Let me be a hypocrite. I'd quite like an opponent now. This has been going on a while. Are there any people in this league? How do you view the... Many, a great many, but they're all playing. I did wonder if everyone was still playing Pioneer, but the Pioneer PTs have just finished. And if any of you watched the Brussels one, a good friend of mine came in 9th in Brussels. It was his first PT, so 9th in your first PT ain't bad. He beat several big name players and then proceeded to just barely miss the cut in heartbreaking fashion. I think I have to keep this. The putback is tough between Blood Moon and Sword. I think I'm going to put back the Sword. And obviously we're going to start with fetching... No, you can't fetch Hallowed Fountain. Fuck. Prismatic Vista is not a normal fetch, so we just have to fetch an island and cast Serum Visions and look for a white source, I suppose. Okay. Blood Moon's looking pretty shaky in this particular situation. I've I've put the bolt on top to give us the chance of drawing it if we really need to. I can always just play the breeding pool tapped and draw the bolt. Actually, in that scenario, I still have to play the mountain because I might need to play the bolt and the Stoneforge the following turn. Our opponent is tanking on their own draw step for some reason. Cavern. Maybe we do need that bolt. Yeah, if it's humans, I am fairly certain I want the bolt. The Blood Moon's looking better, though. Or do I just get the Stoneforge down because it's rock hard for them to race? Let's do that. Let's not be a coward. Stoneforge is a ridiculous magic card against creature decks. It's fairly ridiculous in general, but it's very good here. Please don't freeboot me. That's fine. I'll happily take a few damages. Yeah. I mean, it's not a trivial attack, is it? But it's fine. These are good cards. Yeah, we need to not get absolutely walloped this turn, but assuming they're attacking with one large champion, I think I'll block with Stoneforge and then put Batterskull in. Untap. Probably can then quattle into Scred something. Might even be advisable to Blood Moon. If I Scred the Hierarch and then Blood Moon, that's pretty good. Okay, I'll be impressed if they name anything that matters. Yeah, precisely. This is us gaining equity from being weird, because they would never name Scred in a million years. Unfortunately, I think I put the Scred second, so don't quite have the luxury of... yeah, that's a lot of counters. Yeah, I don't have the luxury of... what am I trying to say? Of the plan I just suggested. So they make a 7/7 block, activate. We can trade Quackle with that next turn. I'm going to unfortunately, I'm not going to get any ambush equity because I really want to get in some life gain here. So I'm going to scred this. May have been better to wait. I'm happy to trade this for 2 creatures though, because I can always then equip it to something in future. So I don't think they're supposed to double block, which suits me because now I gain some life. Yeah, we're doing okay. It would have been nicer to scred the Noble Hierarch, I agree, but I felt like stabilising my life total was important. This looks like a Mantis Rider. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. They've misclicked. So, yeah, they can attack again now. Well, they attack with a thing, don't they? And whichever one they attack with, I do this. It's a good one. That's very good. So the best thing that can possibly happen here is they go for a double block and we break it up with snap scred. Because they might say, sod this, it's really hard to race, which is a valid line for them to take. They do not. Either way, my turn will probably be snap scred. This is... It's not as bad as it seems. It is quite bad. It is quite bad, but it's not as bad as it seems. So they can just swing out. And I can... snap. I have to decide if I'm trading for this Noble Hierarch or not. Either way, I'm for sure scredding the flyer. I think I can take 7. I think I'd rather have the option of... Nearly... I thought I'd blown it then. I think I'd rather have the option of equipping and getting in for 6. Get my life total nice and high again. All their guys are on the ground, so it's not the end of the world. Quattle's a fabulous draw. Opponent is almost in chump block mode, which is pretty tremendous. I suppose we're in mild discomfort to another Reflector Mage, but they really don't want to bounce a Snapcaster, do they? Yeah, good. Okay. That went well. I have another Scred and an Anger of the Gods in my sideboard, as well as Huntmaster of the Fells. And a Sword of Fire and Ice, and I like all of those things. I don't think we need Feast and Famine if we've got Fire and Ice. Don't think I want Jace against Mantis Rider. But Ren's good enough because picking off their X1s is dirty. And then, yeah, I'll side out Counter Magic because they will almost certainly have the Caverns or Vials. And I guess I will play the Sword because I was on 59 cards. So that's some fairly unscientific sideboarding, but I'm sure it's fine. Power of Stoneforge Mystic there, just completely crushing the game on its own. Pretty cool. This is unplayable. Completely terrible hand. Which doesn't happen very often, although it definitely happens more now I've got this awful basic planes in my deck. Much better. I'm going to put the bolt back because we've got essentially 2 bolts with the Snapcaster Mage anyway. And the 2 Coatls as well. We've got just an absolute ton of removal in hand. I hope they don't have a Vial. They don't even have a 1-drop. That's amazing for us. So we can get our Astrolabe down. We're not under any pressure to... that's an amazing draw. We're not under any pressure to like hold up Bolt or anything. This deck is mustard. And for those who don't speak like weird British slang, mustard is a good thing. I don't even think it counts as slang. I don't know why mustard is a good thing. I've heard it mostly in Wales, but yeah, if you say something's mustard, that's like high praise. It's like a Thalia Guardian of Thraben or something. It is. Okay. Well, my intention is to take 2, I think, and cast Coatl, because I really, really want to draw another land. Not sure if that's right or not, but... we shall see. Either way, I'm fetching a basic. You generally want to fetch basics with this deck. Astrolabe does so much work, and Coatls are better, and Screds are better, and Blood Moons are better. Everything's better if you have basic lands. Yes, that resolves. Interesting sequencing from the opponent. I guess I'll bolt that now. I've changed my mind. I'm being changeable. It just, that's quite a lot of pressure they've applied that turn. Land. No. Just going to cast this in case we hit a land. Again, the ambush factor is absent this way, but it's just better because now I get to do this. And keep going. That could be lights out. If they don't have a Noble Hierarch, that could just be game. Best thing we can possibly draw would be a fetch land or a basic island. Then we can have pretty incredible mana and Blood Moon and cast the Serum Visions. Yeah, Blood Moon should be lights out if they don't play exactly Noble Hierarch. And even then we've got Snapcaster, so still makes their life difficult. Is this Reflector Mage? No. It's the hasty one. Mantis Rider. Guess they just shove, yeah. Just save the most damage. Okay. I'm going to Blood Moon, because then Snap Bolt the next turn deals with everything. So I do have to fall to 8 to get this, but should win the game, I think. This is where they go like basic planes, Thalia's Lieutenant, and I lose the game. But they did miss a land last turn. Ren is not terrible. Probably should have done this during combat to make sure I can make this trade, but I felt like it was such like an assertive position they would scoop, and they did, so that was great. These are the benefits of this ridiculous greedy deck, are that when it functions, your card quality is just off the charts. Cool. Opponent's name is Underwater Bimbo, which is maybe a reference to so in Monty Python's Search for the Holy Grail, they have there's a discussion involving a character called the Lady of the Lake who presents King Arthur with Excalibur. And I don't think they use the word underwater bimbo. They may do. I could be wrong. But they definitely call her variations on that, like a moistened bint and things, which are all very, very silly. Maybe it is underwater bimbo as part of that scene. I'm not sure. Either way, it's a cracking MTGO handle. This hand is a trap. It looks good until you realise you can't cast Astrolabe or Ren. Do I think Stoneforge Mystic can win this game on its own? Honestly, I have my doubts, but I'm going to give it a chance. If I get Thought Seized, I will regret everything. There we go. There we go. That's what you want. It's what you want. Nice and sad. Actual Jund. Okay, we're usually capable of beating actual Jund. Stoneforge, stating the obvious, that's a good one. We're happy with that. That's a good one. I hope they don't play Dark Confidant or something. That would be upsetting. Something like Liliana's fine. We've got time to find an answer. We've got tons of stuff we're happy to discard. I guess I still just have to let this happen. It's going to get Edict, I expect. Or if their hand has got like a fatal push in, they might push it and keep ticking up. Seems to be what's happening. Yep. I think I have to keep my lands and Batterskull. Going to get to 6 very soon, so I need to hopefully answer it with like bolt or a creature with flash. They would be my best draws. I think we've fallen a bit too far behind. Start here. That's actually quite good. It's pretty safe on top of the deck. Oh, they got a Bloodbraid Elf. Okay, that's not too bad. Unfortunately, I have to discard the Batterskull, which is not good. Rats. I've just realised I'm a turn later than I thought I was with the Snapcaster, if that makes sense. Thought I'd get to attack it down, but I do not. Just going to pass. We're going to get stone rained quite a lot in a minute. Not sure this is correct either. My great hope is that they just cash in their Lily. We get reset down to nothing, but I have pressure and they don't. Let's see if that works out. Part of me thinks they're just supposed to minus their Lily, like -2, not -6, but yeah. It's an interesting draw because a lot of their best stuff costs 2, and they would usually cast anything like a Tarmogoyf or a Scavenging Ooze or a Wren prior to activating Liliana. But at the same time, against an active Liliana in general, counterspells are terrible. Okay, so the Ravine is active. I have been got. And now the opponent has to decide between protecting Lily and hurting me, which is, I think they're supposed to hurt me, because that's 4, then 5, then 6. Yeah, it's a much better clock than I've got. Good. So I have to attack Liliana because I don't want them to be able to. Or do I? Oh, do I? Yeah, I think I do. But still, that's a very welcome draw. The Quattle is superb. I think I've literally never been unhappy to draw it. Please don't draw me something good. Okay, that's cool. I can still flash it in with no targets. Perfect. Definitely winning. So we're going to lose a snap here. But they're going to lose Lily. I think that's a trade I'm willing to make. Ooh, Jace, hello. Yeah, this isn't too bad, is it? This presumably is a Ravine attack. I think they misclicked. You need red for that, dude. Or Dudette, given that they are possibly the Lady of the Lake from Monty Python. That would be a Dudette. I think I'm not playing against Monty Python people. Okay. I'm genuinely unsure what is correct here. But I'm going to play plus Jace and just hold my creatures back to block. Not plus, sorry, 0 Jace. Those are good. Don't think I want to use this Tarn if I can avoid it. And the temptation to attack with Snap is quite strong, but I think if I can keep Jace alive, there's almost no way I lose. Draw that bolt. Do some attacking. Shouldn't. Well, actually, no, this is fine because if they do block with the Ravine, I get to finish it off with the bolt. Yeah, this is fine. I think we've sufficiently stabilised and we're like 90% to win from here. Don't really know what opponent's able to do. Guess we'll get a breeding pool. This was really loose. Shouldn't probably have cast it, let alone tapped my red. Fatal push. No, ravine. Okay, trophy the sword. That's fine. And now they eat the snap. And I tapped out of red because I'm a moron, because I thought my sword trigger would happen. On the plus side, if I can find red with Jace, which I cannot, I was going to say I could... I don't think there's a lot to be gained from this. From casting this Serum Visions, because I don't want to bottom the 2 bolts. Maybe I should have bottomed the 1, given that I only have 1 red, but I think we're very far ahead. They've got 1 card, the Ravine, that they need to defend with, so they can't really attack. Although it's close to lethal, it's 7. Sorry, I'm on 7. Maybe I have found a uniquely Chris way to blow this game, but we'll see. The Sword of Feast and Famine was definitely incorrect. Okay. I assume they attack me. And then maybe they try and kill me with something like a Kolaghan's Command. If I don't block. But I'm going to block. Maybe this block will elicit the scoop. We'll see. I suppose they don't know about the bolt. Let's just bolt them. See what they might scoop. Cool. Well, we're just getting super grindy. So I think it's just those. And yeah, I'll sideboard like that. Just go for like the most powerful possible configuration. Yeah, it's not great, but I'll keep it. I'm not shipping this against the Thoughtseize deck. We've got like Astrolabe, Bolt as early interaction. Well, an early cantrip, an early interaction. Opponent's Mold as well, which is nice. They did not fetch, so they... I'm going to fetch for thinning purposes. This is probably going to get a forest. Then I'll have all my wonky mana set up. I don't think opponent's got Stifle, so I don't know why they've decided to ruin my life with this ridiculous pause. Not a land. The opponent is literally trying to ruin my life. What? Okay, I understand now. Well, we are flooding, but if you're going to flood, the card you want the most is probably Batterskull, or I guess Jace maybe. Okay, cool, we can kill that. Something that costs 1, yeah, okay. think that was, yeah, I fucked this up because I can't cast Bolt off the forest anyway, but that's fine. Bye bye Batterskull, unless they have like a Dark Confidant or something. Just fetching to get a land out the deck. We don't want to draw any more, that's for certain. Never punished. Deck's perfect. We can literally start beating down at the end of their turn. Hopefully they'll do something like Black Source, Liliana, plus we discard like this Misty we don't need. Snap Bolt, the Lily, live the dream. But yeah, my approach to playing against Jund when I've got a deck like this, which has just got really high average card quality, is to prioritise lands over everything else early. And then when you inevitably end up in the typical Jund game state where you're trading off resources or you've traded off all your resources and there's nothing remaining, your top decks are super good. And you've at least got your mana, which is why I keep like 5 and 6 landers against Jund. See, this is great because my Snapcaster's taken a card out of their hand and dealt 3 to them, which is all you can really ask in these scenarios. Unfortunately, we have managed to draw another land. I'm sure we'll be fine. This looks like Lily. At least we've got plenty of crap to discard. Let's have a permanent. Any permanent does not count. I'm playing that out because it is a second red source, so I can double bolt the Lily if I have to, or like a Goyf or something. I'd rather not double bolt the Lily. But either way, I'm definitely waiting. I want them to plus it again so I can trade my Misty for a non-land in their hand. Because they've obviously got... Yeah, this is why I waited. That's probably even worse for me than the Lily. Although I'm not clear on that. They don't seem to be willing to use their Lily, so... Very glad we killed the Tarmogoyf. This Wren would have looked a bit stupid with the Goyf still in play. Obviously they might just have a Bloodbraid Alpha and immediately pressurise it, but we'll see. They've got a Wren of their own. They have to tick down, I assume, for the Bloodstained Mire, maybe? Sorry, tick up, I should say. They ticked up for the Verdant, that makes sense. Don't have a creature. Oh, that's very bad for me. I really need a spell. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to crack this. Get a land out. Because I've got another shuffle effect here if I draw Jace. Awesome. richly deserved, I would say. Let's have a removal spell. Nope. Can't even really mess with their mana. Cock. Should have used Ren first. That was bad. Yeah, I'm going to lose Jace, essentially, is what's happening. It's worth noting that opponent's down to 8, but I suppose that Ooze does deal with that fairly sharpish. I just twigged I should have just minus Jace on the Ooze. That's really embarrassing. That's really, really embarrassing. They didn't eat something. Oh, that also does it, yeah. K command? Make me discard, get back something? I guess. Maybe get back Goyf. Got my Blood Moon. That's sad. I'm not shuffling. I want that cryptic. So I guess before they go to combat, they're probably going to plus Lily, having played whatever's in their hand. Don't be Bloodbraid Elf. Christ. Oh, gold. Okay. I have to let Trophy resolve, which is really bad. I have to let this resolve. Opponent is a sneaky snake. 3, 10, 12. Can't really take 12. Deck is as thin as possible, so hopefully we'll draw something. Don't think that counts. Willing to call that one. Well, that got out of hand pretty fast when we were actually in a fine shape for most of it. I don't know if I played that very well. I think if I just minused Jace on the Scavenging Ooze, I would have won that game, or I may have won that game. So that's a bit embarrassing. But I don't think I need to change my sideboarding. I think the configuration is fine. I would like to play first. I guess we'll keep this. The old 1-land double Serum Visions hand. I think we'd be unlucky not to see a second land between 2 Serum Visions. That's like 6 cards. Kind of hope they Thoughtseize my Blood Moon. Took the Serum Visions. Pretty aggressive. I'm wondering if the Stoneforge Mystic being put on top is correct, because my plan was obviously to draw that and then set up for another land here. Okay, that doesn't seem... that seems rubbish. Land? It's not land, but it's fine. It's a good card. Our turn is fairly choreographed. They must have a... good play now. They've got green mana. That's pretty good. But I don't think it's better than my play. Please work. Okay, dope. We've got 2 cards left. We've got infinite. Although I do need to draw red mana ASAP because this hand currently sucks. It's a lot of Tarmogoyfs. Red, nice. Scred is not particularly hot right now. Could bolt it, untap and scred it, but that would only deal 4. I could bolt it and then snap bolt. That makes sense. Bolt there. Attack. Ah, Grafdigger's Cage. Oops. That was really bad. And there was me saying Grafdigger's Cage was rubbish earlier, but it really got me there. All I've done is grow their Tarmogoyfs. Okay, so we're taking 8. Sooner or later I can't attack. Probably shouldn't have attacked that turn. If I'd thought it through and considered the Grafdigger's Cage, I just wouldn't have. That's a fucking amazing draw. I'm a lucky boy. Now I get to do everything. Do an attack. And I've got cryptic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or I can Jace and bounce a Goyf and then chump the other with my wolf. Is that better? I'm not sure. Feels like we should be sufficiently far ahead to win. I guess if they drew something like Assassin's Trophy, that's bad for me. That's fine. Dies to Scred. At me. I'll still block, I think. Don't want to lose particularly. So I scred that. It's free to cast the Astrolabe pre-combat. It's also free to get in for 1 extra point. Yeah. I'm just going to I've got cryptic, I think I've just won. Just need to be careful. Hopefully they cast something pre-combat, like in counter tap. I think if they just attack, I don't think I should tap. I think I should just chump with Stoneforge. And I've got cryptic if they try to kill me. So they should I think they have to attack player with both. Yeah. Block. And all I have to do is just never cast my cryptic unless they make a move. Because I've got lethal. Yeah. Cool. So I recovered a bit from trying to blow it in both game 1 and 2. Once you get kind of set up, the deck sees so many cards, it's unbelievable. Between the Planeswalkers and 12 things that say draw a card on them, plus the Snapcaster Mages. You just you race through your deck. It's It's really cool. Fabrice. I'm not sure if I should keep this. Can't cast Ren or Stoneforge presently, but I can cast Serum Risens. Fairly sure I should mull. Guess we'll put back the 4-drop. Astrolabe will fix everything because that's what it does. This is going good. Blood Moon's probably not great against a deck that led on basic island. Oh, no, it's fine. Frickin' blue Tron of all things. So I'm just going to pass the turn and then go for some Quackle at the end. Some red hot Quackle action. My feeling is they just let this resolve. Just attack. Yeah. Yeah. They're a deck that wants to play at instant speed a lot, I think, so I think I'm happier just holding up mana. Maybe that was a thirst for knowledge or something. Now I think I'm under a little bit of pressure to cast the Blood Moon. I'm trying to just bait them with these, basically. If it's not obvious. I guess I'll use one of my myriad of bolts on them at the end of turn. It's a great draw. Lets me get another basic out before I cast the Blood Moon, which I'm going to attempt to cast now. This probably will not resolve. Yep. Go for it. I'm wondering if I should be trying to burn them out, but not yet. Play this pre-combat. But I'm just doing everything now to get information. If that did resolve, that's interesting. I highly doubt this will resolve. Especially with them. Oh, they're just using their map, at least that's the first action. They might have more action. And just like regular Tron, they've got like all the top end planeswalkers and stuff. So we'll have to see what their big threat of choice is. But Mindslaver is a good one, although they don't have Academy Ruins. Yep. They're going to pop the Mindslaver immediately. I don't think that's that bad for me. Not really. It's not like they've got any creatures I can attack into or whatever. Mainly they're gaining information, I suppose, because they know what's in my hand. I can't see how. I mean, all I can suggest they do is they activate Stoneforge and put nothing in, and maybe bolt myself twice, or bolt my things. Maybe they bolt both my things. Well, that was maybe a reason to bolt. When I said earlier I should maybe be burning them out, that was probably a consideration, but I didn't really think about Mindslaver, even though it's like a known thing in this deck. Now they get to fail to find. Ha ha ha, they're both here anyway. I suppose I get to see my whole deck. Yeah, I think the most annoying thing they can do is bolt both my things. Yep. That wasn't great for me, if I'm honest. Didn't feel tremendous. There was me thinking it wouldn't be that bad, and then slowly all the information became available, and I realised it was very bad. It's a big Eldrazi, or a big Ballista maybe. Looks like a Ballista. Could be a Chalice on 5. Nope, it's the Ballista. Okay. Scred. It's not Scred. Have to get this down. Last turn. I imagine they'll ping that before it gets to block. Yeah. There's the Scred I needed. That's good. Quite like to draw a land. So I can kill the Ballista, and if I draw a land, I can play the Batterskull. If I don't, I can play the Sword. Thirst for Knowledge is awesome. Makes me jealous that I don't have it. They can put one on and then just ping me for 4, which is probably what they should do. Yep. No, they're just pinging me for 3. That tells me that there is a... Oh, they're repealing their own thing. I was going to say it tells me there's maybe an answer for me Batterskull, but... a lot of Thirst for Knowledges. They are very, very, very up on cards. This is a Dismember, it's a repeal. That's brutal. Man, I love repeal. Don't really know how I get out of this. It's the same ballista, presumably. I guess Snapcaster Mage would be a decent start. Some way of killing that ballista, basically. I'll be picking up my Batter Skull at the end of turn. Actually, they pump, and I'm dead. Okay, yeah. They've got enough mana to do that. Because it's 6 there plus 6 from pings. If that's not obvious. Well, Grudge and Nature's Claim seem really good. Narset. And literally nothing else. This might sound weird, but I think against Bluetron, Blood Moon's just not that big of a deal. I guess I'm going to play like that. I probably don't want Scred. What can I play instead of Scred? Maybe just more threats. Let's try that. Maybe. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not sideboarding in a very intelligent way. My feeling is that cards matter more than life, so the swords are better than the Batter Skull. I'm not sure if that's right. Kept bolts over Screds because I want to be able to interact with Planeswalkers. And I've just tried to basically become a mixture of removal and threats. I would love to play first. Infinite Coatls, I guess I'll keep. Okay, we realistically are looking at something big next turn because they're so consistent, and I think they kept us 7. Okay. Not sure. We'll wait and see what we're up against before we make any decisions. At the moment, something like a Mind Slave are the worst. Oh, that's great. Unless they have the other Tron piece in hand, of course. Of course they do. Yep, that's not too bad. I love Solemn as a card, though. It's like a high picking cube for me. Not high, but like I'll play it in any deck nearly, except for maybe like a really low to the ground aggro deck. Just trying to be as proactive as I can. Keep the cards flowing. And if they attack Ren for 2, I'm just going to let Ren take 2. Don't want to trade with the Solemn and give them more cards. Spatial Contortion. It's fine. That's fine. Okay. Blast Zone's good. Not too bothered about the relic. Please don't remove it. Target them. Draw a card. Okay. Put a counter on Blast Zone so they can kill all my shit, but that's okay. Next turn we'll be able to play Jace and Coatl. And that should be at least competitive. I do feel... It's hard to say, but this feels like a bad matchup, but I'm not really sure why. Because in general, Blue Tron isn't considered particularly scary. Oh, sorry about this. Just need to stop my... Yep. So let's let's learn our fate. I assume it's something like minus Ren on your own Coatl, and then you lose Ren and the Coatl. Play Jace. Maybe Fate seal the opponent incorrectly. I don't know. Maybe Brainstorm for myself incorrectly. I definitely prefer this in the Emrakul version, where the victim gets the following turn as well to try to partially recover. Oh, it's probably just play Jace, bolt your own Jace. Possibly with a bad Brainstorm in there just for value. Okay, so they're going to put back other Jace and Coatl and then fetch. Leave me with a handful of lands. Fail to find. There actually are no legal targets, that's quite funny. Where's my steam vents? I don't know. They could have got the steam vents, but I guess, yeah, Bolt Jace, use Ren to kill the Coatl and lose Ren at the same time. Nope, they're just going to let the Blast Zone take care of the Coatls. No good to come from attacking. Once again, Mindslaver effects are proving to be fun. In Opposite World, that was a bit boring. I'm glad it's not a card that sees a tremendous amount of play in general. Yep, we have things that will let us deal with that. We have like a Grudge, we have another Jace, we have Coatl-ish. Astrolabe isn't particularly exciting, has to be said. Obviously, why would we draw spells when we've got literally no lands left in our deck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So there's only 7 lands left in our deck. But you can bet your ass when I need a spell I get another land. Well, at least the Mindslaver's exiled. Unreal. Obviously the Mindslavers didn't help, but I feel like the top of our deck maybe is the main reason we didn't win that game. That, and it felt like they had the tools to beat us because we're not hitting very hard. We're just kind of grindy, and they're even better at that than us. We've got the play. I am happy with everything that's going on. The hand is nice. This seems to be the most versatile thing we can do. Is it actual burn? It is. I'm not sure this is correct, but I'm going to fetch the mountain. The mana with this hand was kind of awkward at any rate. Obviously we're now just desperate for a green source. Hopefully they'll just play a 2-drop that we can snare. Okay. This ain't good. It's 4 green cards in hand. Go for it, opponent. What have you got? Perfect. Land. Okay. Yep. Okay, well. Bad things are happening now. Weird. That's a misclick. That is a misclick for sure. Yep, you can helix me. Okay. The only way we get out of this now is if we draw Stoneforge. There. Okay, yeah. It is not obvious. I'm just trying very hard to find a Stoneforge Mystic. We're dead to almost anything. Don't currently have any counter magic available. This is great. This is less good. But this matchup is fine if we get a Stoneforge Mystic in play and can protect it. I suppose I should mention that as well. I don't need this or these. Okay. Guess I'm going to keep. It's a touch dodgy, but in order to give me the chance of casting Wren next turn, I'm going to get the breeding pool. But I think more likely I'll be trying to do something like Bolt plus Snare this turn and then Wren the turn after. Yep. So I get my free land, which is kind of why we did it. I'll just pass. Astrolabe coming up. Can live without that. Nice, got him. Just going to proceed nice and slowly. Because of that, that's quite scary. Please don't have another creature. Just spike me. Cock. What's on top? A Tarn, okay. Well, free real estate is always good. That's good too. I'm just going to be super cautious because like I don't really need Ren for the purposes of hitting land drops because I keep getting free lands and stuff. So I'm more worried about, yes. I'm more worried about holding up mana leak. Oops. Okay, we just really want Stoneforge Mystic here. That ain't it. See what we draw. Jace. I think I'm going to play Jace. And I'm going to 0. Okay. Good hits. Yep. That was kind of how we would expect them to proceed. Okay. That is fine. We bounce this, play Stoneforge. Go get Batterskull. And feel very much better about this game than the first game. Yes. Yes. That can resolve. So we know their last card is Eidolon. Let's get my trigger. Huntmaster, okay, sick. Yeah. Because next turn we were going to make a Batterskull and a Huntmaster and then just be on infinite life. That plan felt a lot better than game 1, just being a bit more reactive until... I think mostly it was just that we didn't get mana screwed. But you don't really get to moan about mana screw when you submit this list. Oh, I have to keep this, don't I? And it's just like the hand in game 1. Bloody hell. But on the draw, you can't... Like, a hand that interacts on turn 1 and 2 is the best you can do on the draw. We just have to pray for a green source. Goblin Guide will get us there, probably. Nope. Jesus, it's a lot of creatures. And my deck doesn't contain Pyroclasm, sadly. Land? Yep. Land? Huntmaster, okay. Kill one. Take 3. Jesus. I don't know. Yeah, I have to use Mana Leak. Okay, 3 is an amount that I can cope with. Yes, green mana. Yes. Jeez, that's a lot of damage. Okay. Do I have to go to 5? Sure looks like it. I guess I'd do this now in case I hit an Astrolabe. Specifically. Okay, that's not an Astrolabe. Well, this ain't good. I think I'm probably dead. Chump block. Go to 4, die to Boros Charm, something like that. Or I'm dead to Bolt if they trigger Prowess. They didn't. Die to Boros Charm. Yeah, sure. That was predictable. As with a lot of these fair mid-rangey decks, you have the tools to beat burn on the play, and it's really hard on the draw, I would say. Especially when your opponent just draws 2 lands and infinite spells, and all their spells are like just so many Goblin Guides. That was a good hand from the opponent. I don't think I could have beaten that. Even if I'd had like a turn 2 Stoneforge, I don't think I could have beaten that. So, let's see if we can win the last round for a... Hang on. For a decent result. We've been playing at some weird names today, culminating with Nito Fetus. I don't like this hand. I do like this hand. I like it very much. My philosophy in Modern at the moment is just to keep cheap spells because you never know how long the game's going to last. Obviously, putting back a Jace feels terrible because it's marvellous, but... Get me an island and an Astrolabe. Okay, extra mana leak's probably not very good. See what we're up against. Oh, you're shitting me. 2 blue Trons in the same league. That is genuinely hard to believe. Don't remind me, plus. Of course. Ugh. Go. Have to be able to counter something. Thirst, yeah. That's unreal playing against 2 copies of a super fringe deck in the same league. Ah, they discarded Dismember. That's probably okay for me. Okay, that's basically just told them I have mana leak from the pause there, but can't do much about that. Really need land. That's not a land. Yep. Okay, they have been, I would describe it as fairly aggressive with their like their thirst knowledges. They obviously know what they're looking for because they're always doing the discard 2 option rather than the greedier option that I always try to favour. How surprising. No. These mana leaks are approximately 100% dead. Yep. It's going to be another tower, or are they going to get like an Academy Ruins or something? Yep. Which makes me sad, because it means they've probably got a Mindslaver. Please. 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 I'm almost at the point of conceding, because even though we're under no pressure, that Academy Ruins represents pending misery. Yep. Yep. I mean, it's possible their hand is just the sort of control aspect of their deck and nothing threatening. Seems unlikely, though. Okay, that's really bad for me. Land. Land is a relief. I can try to bounce the Chalice at the end of their turn and then get unhappy when it doesn't resolve. Chalice on 2 is unbelievable against me, but it's pretty good against them as well. Yeah, this is their first main phase as well. This sucks. I'm confused. Okay, that's fine. They've held up mana for some reason. And double scred that. Sorry, double bolt. So I think it's kind of my only option. 1, 2, yeah, they've got too much mana for me to let them untap because they can grow it too big. It's interesting that they let the first one resolve because it minimises their ping ability. But I guess it's still correct to get the second card out of my hand. Oh Christ! They've got Academy Ruins. Yeah, this is all but done, isn't it? Are they going to put it back? I'll probably scoop to that. At least, yeah, that'll do it. I need to come up with. Well, do I? I was going to say I need to come up with a plan for how to beat Bluetron, but like I just don't because it's trash. It's been absolutely destroying me this league, but that's not the point. It's trash. I'm sticking with that assessment. I don't have any land destruction, which is a bit sad. I think I do need the Blood Moons. I think I've changed my mind. I'm gonna leave a Scred for like Worm Coils. Mana leaks seem really bad. It's probably gonna be an equipment. But which one? That one. Ugh. I would like to play first. Okay. This is kind of the worst Ren and 6 you've ever seen, but everything else is okay. Okay, Ren's a lot better. Got the map, they do. Start trying to destroy their hand. Ooh. Yeah, I think they're just doing the map, but they were thinking about F6ing and decided it was pointless, which is fair. I'm going to attack because my intention is to do something like activate plus equip for 4 mana next turn. It's a bit more efficient, and I can snap Serum now. Got the tower, makes sense. Yeah, I can use Stoneforge plus equip for 4 mana, untap, and then play Jace as well this turn if I'm lucky. The construct doesn't matter. Yep. I think Chalice on 1. Okay, that also shouldn't be a big problem. Might have to rethink how I'm going to play the game though. My grand plan, but it's still fine. Let's see what they've got. They've got a lot of cards, but they've not got any blue, which is good. O stone, that's not good. I wonder if they're going to just use it. Or if they're going to wait. Should probably use their map first. And they've got enough mana to do everything. They can use the map and pop the O stone. Seems odd to let me use my Jace. Attack. Just going to pass the turn. See if they feel compelled to use their O stone yet. They do. That's fine. Oh, they've saved their chalice. I get it. Sorry, I thought they were using it for popping purposes. Yep. Doesn't bother me. See if this resolves. Should think it will. There's that dead bolt we didn't want. What is this for 6? Okay. Just going to see if I can see how they scried. One top, one bottom. Yep. I hope their hand is full of 1-drops. They deserve it. Khan. Yep. This is problematic because I can't bolt said Khan. This is also problematic. I would like to draw Ancient Grudge. Please don't hit my red mana. Fuck. This is an unbelievable pinch I find myself in. I think I just have to hold up Cryptic, but this whole situation feels foul. Guess I'll make a blue just in case. In case they do something stupid, but they probably won't. Probably go with second main immediately. Sure. That chalice on one is really screwing me over here. I really need to cast these astrolabes. Not that they would work. Oh fucking hell! The lock is real. This is deeply distressing. Yeah, that'll do it. That's enough to beat me. So there we have it. I can't beat Blue Tron. I don't know why. Um, in that scenario, Goyfs would have been way better than this package, wouldn't they? And the better mana would have helped a bit. So there's that, but I don't know. Unless Blue Tron becomes a thing, I'm not going to worry about it. And if Blue Tron is a thing, then we're all fucked because it's horrible. But at least it's very fringe and sort of a novelty. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed 4-color Snowblade. I'm enjoying playing it in paper a lot, so do recommend. And as always, thanks for watching. Goodbye.